Hello, my name is Walter Unglob, and this is What Does Displacement Mean in Physics? So displacement, unlike distance, is a vector quantity and not a scalar quantity. And displacement is generally defined as the sum, the magnitude of the sum of various, in this case, n vectors that are functions of position. So if I consider a two-dimensional space here, where I have x and y as the two axes, I have here an initial starting point, which I'm going to denote as s sub I for initial, and a final position, s sub f, and each of these points has a coordinate. So the initial position, si, has coordinate 1, 1, and the final position has coordinates 4, 3. So a vector can be formulated by simply connecting these two and indicating that the direction of the vector depends on these coordinate points. So in general, while displacement is the magnitude of the sum of vectors, here I just have one vector, so my capital N is just 1, and my sum just becomes a single term. So I have, for this vector, this displacement vector, in terms of the x and y components of the vector, I have, for the x component, I have I hat, which is a unit vector in the x direction, and the value is 4 minus 1, the final x position, minus the initial x position, plus the corresponding magnitude and direction in the vertical direction, which I use j hat to denote the unit vector in that direction, and the magnitude is 3 minus 1. So the displacement vector, p1, is equal to 3i plus 2j. So this is the displacement vector in terms of its horizontal and vertical components, and I can calculate the magnitude of this displacement by using the distance formula. So the magnitude of the p1 vector is equal to the square root of the x component squared plus the y component squared. This is equal to, for my example, 3 squared is 9, and I add to that 2 squared, which is 4, so I end up with the square root of 13. And that is the size of this vector. So the point is, this is the amount of distance if I'm measuring these numbers in units of meters. My displacement from the initial point to the final point is square root of 13 meters. My name is Walter Unglob, and this is What Does Displacement Mean in Physics?